In today's video, we will learn how to multiply two fractions together. We will use multiplication to find our answer and then determine whether we need to reduce to lowest terms. Let's look at 1/2 multiplied by 1/2. When we multiply 1/2 by 1/2, what do we do to find our answer? 1/2 is represented in this picture with a circle cut into two pieces. One is shaded. If we split that shape into two pieces, we can see each piece is a half. If we take 1/2 of the circle and we split that half into two parts or into halves, we see we have two parts. 1/2 of that is taken. We can see now that it is 1 out of 4 parts. Therefore, 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. Let's look at 1/3 multiplied by 1/2. What is 1/3 multiplied by 1/2? Let's look at it in a diagram. The first diagram shows 1/3 of the circle shaded. If we take that 1/3 and we find a half of it, it should give us our answer. Here is 1/3, and we're going to split that into halves. Here is 1/2 of the third we started with. And if we put that together, we will see that it is 1 out of 6 parts. Therefore, 1/3 times 1/2 is 1/6. Now let's look at how we work those out through multiplication. 3/4 times 1/2 equals. First, we multiply the numerators. 3 times 1. And then we multiply the denominators. 4 times 2. And so 3 times 1 gives us 3. 4 times 2 gives us 8. Is this answer now in lowest terms? Yes. How do we know that? There's no need now to reduce or to simplify, but how do we know? We know that because the greatest common factor of 3 and 8 is 1. There is no number that we can divide 3 and 8 both by to give us a smaller number, except the number 1, which will give us the same answer as 3/8. And so therefore this is in its lowest terms, 3/8. Let's look at another example. 2/3 multiplied by 3/4. Again, we multiply the numerators first. 2 times 3. And then we move to multiplying the denominators next. Multiplying the denominators gives us 3 times 4. And so our numerators 2 times 3 gives us 6. Our denominators 3 times 4 gives us 12. And we check again to see if our answer is in lowest terms. Is this in lowest terms? The answer this time is no. How do we know it's not in lowest terms? Well, if we know our timetables well enough, we can see that we can divide 6 and 12 by a number to give us smaller numbers. And so therefore we have to find what the greatest common factor is and divide by that number. The greatest common factor of 6 and 12 is 6. Therefore we have to divide numerator and denominator by 6 to give us smaller numbers, and therefore it will be in lowest terms. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And now our answer is in lowest terms, 1/2. Let's look again at another example. 3/4 multiplied by 4/5. We multiply the numerators, 3 times 4. And then we multiply the denominators, 4 times 5. 3 times 4 gives us 12. 4 times 5 gives us 20. And we check again to see whether this is in lowest terms. And if you are sharp, you know that 12 and 20 are in several times tables, which means there are numbers that we can divide both of these by to give us smaller numbers. So no, this is not in lowest terms yet. How do we know? because we can divide both numbers by a greatest common factor of 4. And let's check how that works. The factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And the factors of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. We can see that the common factors of both 12 and 20 are 1, 2, and 4 in red. And the greatest common factor, the greatest number that is the same, is 4. So if we divide 12 and 20 both by 4, we will get our answer in lowest terms. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. Now, if you started off dividing by 2, your answer would still not be in lowest terms, and you would have to divide by 2 again. So it is best to use the greatest common factor from the beginning to divide by. One last one. 4 over 5 multiplied by 1 over 2. We multiply the numerators first, 4 times 1, and then we multiply the denominators next, 5 times 2. 4 times 1 gives us 4, 5 times 2 gives us 10, and we check again, is 4 over 10 a fraction in lowest terms? And the answer is no. And we know that 4 and 10 are in our 2 times tables, and so we probably need to divide by 2. Let us check our factors first. The factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4, because 1 times 4 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4. The factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, and 10, because 1 times 10 is 10, and 2 times 5 is 10, and so 1, 2, 5, and 10 are factors of 10. The common factors in red of 4 and 10 are 1 and 2, and the greatest common factor is 2. So we divide numerator and denominator by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And our answer in lowest terms is 2 over 5. And now you've solved the mystery of how to multiply two fractions.